What did you do?
I just my mouth.
Oh, alright. So it's Friday evening, we're handheld, but I'm going to show you around the van. It's time to go. Stu's cracking on in the back there. He's got no respect for us leaving work. And what he's working on, if it ever focuses, is the amplifier rack. It's just extending the speaker cables, because we ran them down the car and we had a bit of a different plan in our heads. Yeah, so he's just extending them to bring them round to the amplifiers. You can see that the power feeds are all done. This panel here is for distribution and for the DSP, so the DSP will sit further away, but yeah, and then you've got your amplifiers here and your racks, and then he's done the same here. He's extended those speaker cables. Now this van, oh, and this, sorry, so this is the back of the sub boxes. You see those clips down there, and then you've got the banana terminals down in the corner. They unscrew, and then the bolts in the front unscrew, and then the whole assembly slides out. So yeah, that's how that works. Yeah, hope you've all been indoors today, because the wind's been incredible. We originally wired this van for a 5-way active front end. Now, since we started it, it's been to various places and it's been snagged up at a couple of places, so we haven't had it for long periods of time. We've had this now for a month or so. We haven't had the time this time around to complete a 5-way front end, so we've done an active ESTAR 3-way front end at the moment with the Vari-Event door build, which should give us some really nice mid-bass and pillars, which I'll show you in a second. So we have a couple of active cables down the car ready for, you know, just a future installation or a round 2, you know. So yeah, you can see those in the roof, and that's why it explains why there's 5 sets of speaker cables per side, and then the sub comes down there as well. That's an ESTAR 650, and then in these pillars, which are just in final fabrication now, you have the ESTAR 430 and the 110. They've got a nice bit of shape to them, nice bit of character to them. So yeah, they're lovely. They're bolted to the pillar as well. So they aren't on axis in these. On axis pillars in a T6 tend to look a bit shit. And then there's some right old clubfoot designs out there that just look massive. We prefer a slim line like that off axis, and we'll focus on tonality in this front end rather than pinpoint sort of staging. So yeah, it should be really nice. Like I say, it's Friday evening, so what we'll do is we'll focus, what we're going to do next week is focus on the, we'll probably trim the A-pillars and that tomorrow, and then we'll focus on the head unit, and we'll focus on getting the roof lining back in. We've just got a couple of decisions to make, and yeah, we'll go at it from there. You can see sort of, you know, grounding strap there, and then all of the cables here. There's an awful lot that goes into wiring a system like this, especially when we've got 6 amplifiers. And what I've wanted to do with this one specifically is run the left bank of amplifiers for the left channel and the right bank of amplifiers for the right channel, which should give us some lovely sort of channel separation going on. That means that this 4.800 and this 4.800, so this will run your mid-range and tweeters bridged, so they'll have 400 watts per mid-range, 400 watts per tweeter, and then this L4.800 is running a set of mid-bass, a single mid-bass bridged in the front door, and that'll get 400 watts as well. And then of course on this side, this LC 4.800 runs the front right tweeter and the front right mid-range, and that LC 4.800 runs the front right mid-bass. So I hope that made sense to you, because it just about came out of my mouth correctly. So yeah, I'm looking forward to next week. We should be firing this up around about Tuesday. So it's head unit day, and I'm just making up a loom. I'm going to try the T6.1 with the large sort of 10.1 touchscreen nav system. Doesn't have any integration support, so we're going to try and make something up. I'm going to try and get it to talk to the OEM camera. We're going to get it to try and switch on with the van, and we're going to try and get the steering wheel controls working and up and running, see what we can do. But yeah, there's no fascia available or anything like that, so we've adapted fascia from a different car that fits really nicely. Jamie's just trimming a blank plate now, because where it's a singled in, it only takes up half of the space of the fascia that we've used. I've just got some soldering to do, and away we go. Just see if we can make a bit of noise, see how well it plays, just straight out of the box. Exciting stuff. I will keep you posted, but yeah, have a look at the previous one where I explained a fair bit about the sub box and side panels, and then have a look at the next one, which will probably be about the door builds or pillars, or this might be number 3. Alright, take it easy guys, have a nice weekend.